But let me just finally say this. This asinine, I want to pay off student debt, is an insult to the senior citizens, to the people who pay taxes, to people who decide, do I want to buy meat this week or pay for my medicine? That's hogwash. You got so many jobs. You got a great economy. Let them work and pay off their bills just the way all of us do. That's the end of it.
Just the way all of us do. Wow. That is Fox News host Jeanine Pirro saying that for the government to pay off student loan debt is asinine and that borrowers should pay off their bills just the way all of us do. All of us, Jeanine? Well, that's pretty interesting coming from you, given that, according to Federal Election Commission records, 13 years after your 2006 failed political campaign in 2019, you still owed more than $600,000 to 20 different vendors. That's right, $600,000 in unpaid debt. This all dates back to Pirro running for Senate in 2006. She dropped out of the Republican primary, then ran for Attorney General, ran unopposed. She got the nomination, of course, and then lost in the general election to Andrew Cuomo. And then Pirro tried to dissolve her campaign, but the FEC said that she still needed to pay off her outstanding debts. And in 2019, the FEC actually sent a letter to Pirro that read in part, failure to timely file a complete report may result in civil penalties, an audit, or legal enforcement action.
Progressives want full cancellation of $1.6 trillion in student debt. Now, think about this. We've got 11.3 million job openings.
Yep.
Wages are on the rise. Certainly not enough to keep up with inflation, but more than enough jobs for these people to get a job and pay back their student loans, okay?
Now, Jeanine Pirro, at 70 years old, is no stranger to controversy. She has repeatedly bashed immigrants. She accused the special counsel in the Russia investigation, Robert Mueller, of having committed treason. She has said that federal prosecutors should be in prison. And 3 years ago, Fox News actually took her off the air because of her questioning the patriotism of Representative Ilhan Omar. Pirro had said on the air, had questioned if the Muslim lawmaker's beliefs undermine Omar's loyalty to the United States. And indeed, there's a long record of Pirro making comments that are arguably Islamophobic. However, when Pirro was taken off the air, that was red meat for the conservative nuts who support her, who support Donald Trump. They saw it as Pirro being canceled by society, even though, of course, Pirro has tried to cancel immigrants, Muslims, and on and on and on. So Pirro not only has survived, but she has thrived. And like Donald Trump, who is one of her biggest supporters and fans, Pirro's hypocrisy is simply endless. So about student loan debt, in 2020, then candidate Joe Biden made a promise in which he said he would cancel a minimum of $10,000 in student loan debt for each borrower. As you may know, Joe Biden and the White House have repeatedly dithered on this, but there has been some talk by Democrats, including a few at the White House, that President Biden may be revisiting this. And then he may try to explore whether or not student loan debt could be canceled through legislation with the help of Congress, or possibly through executive orders. And a number of Democratic progressives have been urging President Biden, look, go ahead and do it with the stroke of a pen, use an executive order. It's the right move in terms of policy. It's also the right thing to do in terms of politics, because Democrats are heading into some tough terrain in 2022 midterm elections, and energizing younger voters, energizing people who owe student loan debt would be a huge help for them in terms of getting these people out to the polls. Of course, Republicans are going nuts because the idea that the government would do anything to help anybody is simply crazy or an anathema to them. And it's causing some of them to go so crazy that people like Jeanine Pirro are even forgetting, or conveniently not talking about, her own experience in owing other people money and not paying off her bills. So when you hear Jeanine Pirro talk about, something being asinine, remember, she might as well be talking about herself. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us. Tell me what you think in the comment section.